particular start that you guys had tonight set the tone for how you were going to play this game?
Well, I just thought that the attitude we had, we started the other two games really well. And what I liked was the fierce competitive nature in our attitude for 60 minutes. The start was incredible. We were aggressive. We did the things we wanted to do to make sure that we were going to get more scoring chances, and we did get more scoring chances.
Monty, just for you, what's it like during those first 10 minutes to feel the atmosphere, to just feel what's going on inside the building as you're playing that well?
It's funny, I said to the staff before we went out, I said, when you're on the road, you hear the crowd at the beginning, puck drops, you don't hear the crowd. But when you're at home, it seems like it just gives you more juice. It just does. And our crowd was great to start the game. And right away, the Let's Go Blues in the first 5 minutes. I know we scored 2 goals, but it gives our players juice. You can tell we were really skating tonight.
Jim, did you sense something was coming with Pavel Buchnevich tonight? And what about his performance tonight kind of caught your eye specifically?
Just how smart he was in the right spots. I thought Bucci's been good in the first 2 games, especially defensively. But offensively, I thought there was more in his game, and I thought he brought that tonight. Not only him, but that line, our power play.
Monty, how would you describe the significance of that first goal? Not so much the timing, but the style of it, with getting guys to the front of the net. I think Snuggerud before sort of opened up that back door for Buchnevich.
Yeah, it was really important that we got rewarded for what we thought was, playing a North game, simple hockey, and it's a win, got us back in the series. We got to move on to the next game. That's the important thing is, what are we going to do now? What's next?
Cam Fowler with a huge night for you, and just how big was he tonight, but also just, how important has he been for you guys the entire time he's been here?
He's been remarkable. I told him after the game, thank God you're not in Anaheim anymore. But him and Pears, I thought our D-core was really good tonight, and I thought those two led us tonight with their skating, their willingness to shoot. That goal by Cam Fowler, that's what our D-core can do. And we have a lot of guys who can skate back there.
Jim, you had the matchup, and you obviously went with Braden Shen and a mixture of lines against that Scheifele line. Maybe talk about the job that they did against them. I think Scheifele had been hit 7 times through 2 periods. Just the job they did.
Yeah, I thought the first period of this game was very similar to the first period in Winnipeg, game 1. I thought that we were on our toes, moving north and finishing checks. I thought we finished a lot of heavy checks. Kind of wish we were playing in 2 nights. That's what the benefit comes. But we'll regroup and we'll get ready for Sunday at noon.
Jim, that's a team that obviously does a good job at preventing net front traffic. Why were your guys able to get to the net tonight more regularly?
I think we played a little more of a chaotic game. That helped. We got some bounces, we got some puck luck, but our crowd, it's different when you're playing on the road and you fall behind. It just is. We've seen it, and now we got to keep taking advantage of being at home.
Thomas talked about needing to respond, just given how well their top line had played. Did you kind of sense that from, I guess, both Thomas and Buchnevich, the want to respond in a game like this?
Yes, I think, the reason we're in the playoffs is because those guys responded and took their game to another level. We felt we had to take our game in the playoffs to another level, after losing the first 2 games, and we did that. Now we got to keep going. You got to keep getting better in the series, and we just got to keep getting better. We know how good Winnipeg is.
One more.
Monty, after that strong first period, I'm sure you guys probably had a feeling that they were going to throw a little more extra pressure on in the second. How impressive was it for you guys to be able to preserve that lead, weather that storm there in the second?
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a storm, but I would call it that we have a great playoff goalie, a proven playoff goalie, who makes great timely saves. And that allowed us to maintain that 3-0 lead. They did push, but I thought we protected the net front really well. They're going to get their chances. They're a good offensive hockey team. But I thought that we limited those even in the second when we weren't as good as we were in the first.